Have you ever seen someone do the right thing even when the world told them they were wrong? This is the story of Anna, a dedicated nurse who found herself in that exact situation. In a hospital that cared more about money than patients, she was faced with a choice: follow the strict rules, or follow her heart to save a life that everyone else had given up on. What happens when an act of kindness is seen as a waste of time? Before we continue with Anna's incredible story, we would love to know where you are watching from. Please let us know in the comments below so we can bring you more stories that you will love. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. Now, let's dive into the story. The hallways of City Central Hospital were always busy. A constant flow of doctors in scrubs, worried families, and the quiet hum of life-saving machines. For Nurse Anna, this was her world. With over 15 years of experience, she had seen it all. She had a calm presence and kind eyes that could comfort even the most frightened patient. But lately the hospital felt different. A new administrator had taken over, and suddenly everything was about budgets, costs, and efficiency. One evening, a man was brought into the emergency room. He was elderly, found unconscious on a park bench with no wallet, no phone, and no identification. He was a John Doe, a mystery. His condition was serious, and he was moved to Anna's floor for close observation. Days turned into a week. The man remained unconscious, and still, nobody knew who he was. Other staff members started to whisper. They said the hospital was spending too much on him. "He's a lost cause," one person said, an uninsured patient taking up a valuable bed. But Anna didn't see a lost cause. She saw a human being who needed help. Every day, she spent a little extra time in his room. She would gently clean his face, talk to him softly, and make sure he was comfortable. She believed that healing wasn't just about medicine, but also about dignity and care. One afternoon, as Anna was checking the man's vitals, the hospital administrator, Mr. Thompson, was doing his rounds. Mr. Thompson was a man who walked with purpose, his expensive suit looking out of place among the sick and the healing. His eyes were sharp, and they always seemed to be calculating costs. He stopped at the doorway of the John Doe's room and watched Anna for a moment, his lips pressed into a thin, disapproving line. He walked into the room, his voice sharp and loud enough for others in the hallway to hear. "Nurse Anna," he began, not even bothering to lower his voice. "What exactly are you doing?" Anna was startled. She stood up straight and replied calmly, "I'm checking on my patient, sir." Mr. Thompson let out a short, frustrated sigh. "This man is a John Doe. He has no insurance. We have been caring for him for a week with no payment. Do you know how much that costs?" Anna's face grew warm with embarrassment. She could feel the eyes of other patients and nurses on them from the hallway. "My job is to care for the sick, Mr. Thompson," she said, her voice quiet but firm. "Whoever they are." Mr. Thompson took a step closer. "Your job," he said, pointing a finger at the medical chart, "is to follow hospital policy. And policy says we provide essential care. We are running a hospital, not a charity. Your extra time and these resources could be used on patients whose insurance actually pays this hospital's bills." His words hung in the air, cold and cruel. He was shaming her, making her feel small for simply doing her job with compassion. Anna felt a lump form in her throat, but she refused to back down. "He's a person. And he needed—" Before she could finish, a new voice interrupted them. "Mr. Thompson, with all due respect, that's enough." They both turned to see Dr. Evans, a young, brilliant doctor who had been overseeing the John Doe's case. He stood in the doorway, his expression serious. Mr. Thompson looked annoyed. "Doctor, this is an administrative matter." "No," Dr. Evans said, walking into the room. "It's a medical matter, and Anna's care is the only reason that man is still alive." He walked over to the patient's bedside and looked at Anna with a reassuring nod. Then he turned back to the administrator. "And about him being a waste of resources." Dr. Evans paused for a moment. "The social worker just got a positive ID on him. They ran his fingerprints through the national database." Mr. Thompson crossed his arms, looking impatient. "And who is he?" Dr. Evans looked directly at Mr. Thompson, his voice clear and steady. "His name is Arthur Harrison." The name didn't seem to mean anything to Mr. Thompson at first. He just stared blankly. Dr. Evans continued, as in Arthur Harrison, the founder of Harrison Technologies, the reclusive billionaire who disappeared from public life 10 years ago. The color drained from Mr. Thompson's face. You could see the shock and panic in his eyes. He stumbled back a step, his mouth opening and closing with no sound coming out. Arthur Harrison was one of the wealthiest men in the country, known for his quiet, anonymous donations to charities and hospitals all over the world. Dr. Evans wasn't finished. Mr. Harrison woke up about an hour ago, he said. He's still weak, but he is able to speak. The first thing he asked about was the kind nurse who kept talking to him, who he said felt like an angel. He has already told his lawyer that he wants to make a significant donation to this hospital, specifically to the department of the nurse who showed him such kindness when he was a nobody. Mr. Thompson looked from the old man in the bed to Dr. Evans and then to Anna. The arrogance was gone, replaced by pure, unfiltered fear. He had just publicly humiliated the one person responsible for what would be the largest donation in the hospital's history. Without another word, he turned and walked quickly down the hall, his whole body stiff with shame. Anna stood there, her heart pounding. She looked at Dr. Evans, who gave her a small, proud smile. Then she looked at the patient in the bed. Mr. Harrison's eyes were now open, and he was looking right at her with a weak, grateful smile. In that moment, it didn't matter if he was a billionaire or a John Doe. Anna went to his side, took his hand, and simply said, "Welcome back. I'm Anna. It's good to see you awake." She went back to her work not with pride or arrogance, but with the quiet dignity of someone who knew she had done the right thing, for the right reasons. So that was the story of Anna, a nurse who reminded us all that true compassion should never have a price tag. She showed that kindness is a powerful investment, one that pays back in ways we can never expect. We have a question for you. What do you think of Mr. Thompson's reaction when he learned the truth? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. And if this story touched your heart and resonates with you, please do hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. It is completely free for you, but it helps us a lot to continue bringing you these stories. Thanks for watching, and have a beautiful day.